let's start over. I'll start over.
Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites, and we come out every week to prophesy against this kingdom, which is called Babylon in the Bible, which is known as America, and to preach to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you are the Lord's chosen people spoken of in the Bible. We want to give all praises and glory to Yahawa, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Camps for teaching us this truth of the Bible. And peace and mercy to the brothers around the world pushing this truth.
So this wicked holiday is coming up next. Coming up pretty soon, like in a hot minute. You guys know what it's about. All right, let me get a scripture while the brothers look for more scripture. This is Psalm 96 and 13. Before Yahawa Shem Yahawashi, for he cometh to judge the earth, he shall judge the world with righteousness and the people with his truth.
Ooh. See that? So before he comes, he's gonna judge. He's gonna judge the world.
That was a good one. I just opened the Bible and it was like boom.
So say that one again.
I'm gonna read this one again because this was a hot sauce. Psalm 96 and 13. Before Yahawa Shem Yahawashi, for he cometh to judge the earth, he shall judge the world with righteousness and the people with his truth. That's how we're doing it.
He's gonna judge the world with righteousness, you know. So before he comes, you want to make sure that you stay on that path, that right path, the path to righteousness.
That's what it's called, the right path, the righteousness path.
You know, but that path, you know, it's a narrow path. So get Matthew 7 and 7.
This is Matthew 7 and 7. And this is in red, so Yahawashi said, ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you.
See that? So it says to look, and you'll find, and knock, and the door will be open. You know, and the nation of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Most High shut the door on us at one time. You know, because we lost our heritage, and we lost our nationality, because that's why it's called the lost 12 tribes. You know, why are they lost?
People try to forget about them because the devil was pushing information into obscurity, burning books, hiding shit. And when Yahawa closed that door, he slammed it in our fucking face. Boom. No, that was like, because captivity, we can say the word captivity, but if you think about all the things that we went through, all the things that were allowed to happen to us, that's a whole bunch of punishment, man. He slammed the door on us. Bam. Fuck out. Hey,
that's those curses that he put on us, you know.
So man, that's our father.
Yep.
That's our real father.
Yep.
That's our real father, man. He did that to us. Let me read this for you again. This is Matthew 7 and 7. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you.
Yeah. So right now in the last days, we're knocking on that door, and the Most High, he's opening that door for us. You know, because we're coming back to our nationality, and we're finding out the truth that we are the Lord's chosen people. You know?
So to be the Lord's chosen people is to basically be his son, his children.
Yep.
And if children, then also heirs, right?
Yep.
Just like the scriptures.
Yeah, and we're finding out the truth and finding out that those Jews in the land of Israel today are not the real Jews, you know, and to these heathens, you know, the door is not open to them, you know, because like that one song, keep on knocking but you can't come in, you know. That's the song for them, you know.
Hey, that is true.
You know.
Verse 8.
Next one.
For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be open.
See, so if you stay on that right path, on the path to righteousness, and you stay determined, stay focused, for sure you're gonna get the outcome. You're gonna get what you're asking for, you know, from the Lord.
So wait a minute. I just can't ask for something and be lazy and go to sleep and not do work and not study.
Well, you could get what you're asking for, but it depends. That's why they say, be careful what you ask for, because you might get it.
You might get it. Yes, you might get it.
So if you're being lazy and you want something good, you know, you're asking for it. You really are asking for it. You know, you're asking for a whooping, is what you're asking for.
Because the ass whooping is good for you.
You know.
Let me read that one again. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be open.
So you don't think if you ask the Lord, you don't think he's going to give it to you? You know, because he has the power.
What if I need a job? He's going to give it to you? Yep, he's going to give you a job.
He had the power to create this universe, you know? Tell me he ain't got the power to do something that's not even, you don't even, you know, it's not even a big thing to him.
Let me get a precept. This is Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahawashi, do all these things. You don't think if you ask him for something, he can give it to you?
Right. Even evil, you know, like these atheists.
That's good, because that we were talking about that last week, huh?
Yeah, like these atheists, you know, they'll pray to demons, you know, but they don't know that those demons are actually praying to the Most High. You know, because there's a scripture that says, for there's one God, and the demons, they know it. The devils, they know it, that there's one God.
You know that's
I forgot, I had it. Let me see if I find it real quick.
Because that sounds like a good one. So what should you be asking for at these times? Is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because with that, you'll get everything. Everything will fall into place.
Oh yeah, James 2:19. Yeah, because last week we were doing on curses, you know, and when you curse, you pray to the Most High, you know. But some atheists, they pray to demons, you know. But they're actually, when they pray, their prayer has to go through to the Most High.
2:5.
2:19.
2:19. This is James 2:19. Thou believest that there is one power, Yahawa Bashim Yahawashi, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble.
You see that? So if you believe that there's, if you believe that there's one God, it says thou doest well. That you're right. There is one God. And then what else does it say?
Let's see. 2:19.
Yep.
Thou believest that there is one Yahawa, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. But wilt thou know, O vain man, thou faith without works is dead.
See, so it says even the devils know that there's one God. So how can there be the devil and God too?
How can they both be on the same platform, on the same level?
And right there in the devils it says with an S.
More than one.
Is there more than one devil?
Yes, there is. Lowercase is lowercase devils too.
That's because devil means deceiver.
And then you Edomites are deceivers. Your other nations are deceivers.
Yep.
Because don't think we forgot that it was the Ashkenazis, the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, and the Hamites that fucked up our brothers right here. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
Yeah, because
and us too, and the northern tribes too.
Because Esau, he lies about everything. All the history that you know about, it's all fake. You know, it's his story. You know, it's what he wrote.
What he wants you to believe.
Because when you talk about history and captivity, they don't tell you anything past the 1700s. You know, they don't go anything before that. You know.
Yeah. But once you get past that, it's all a different story. You start getting pissed. You start getting, what the fuck? Why do we do that to Judah? Why do we do that to the 10 tribes? So in reality, if you were a real Christian, you would think about that shit. And if you were white, you'd be like, man, I took these people's land. And, well, you can have my house, but you don't. Go back to Matthew.
Yeah. We read 8 and then go on to 9.
Matthew 7 and 8. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be open. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son ask bread, will he give him a stone?
See, so if you have a son and he's hungry, right, and he asks for some food, he asks for bread, you know, are you gonna trick him and say give him some dog food? You know?
Hell no.
Well, hell no, because that's the same way, you know. If you're thirsty or hungry for righteousness, you know, and you ask the Most High, you know, and you try to follow His way best to your ability, you're gonna find it, you know.
Yeah, you're gonna get something. And that's why Satan, spiritual Satan, tempted Yahawashi. Well, if you're the Son of Man, take that rock and turn it into bread. Everything has to do with the scriptures, man. So think about this. Does Satan know the scriptures? Hell yeah, he does. Because he asked Yahawashi and Yahawa for stuff through the scriptures. Because they all got to pray. They all got to know it. You ask for something, basically praying is asking, right? Sometimes you ask for vain things, sometimes you ask for righteous things. But if you're a man of the Lord, you're always going to ask for that thing that's righteous. Seven 10. Yeah. Or if he asks a fish, will he give him a serpent?
See that? So say if you're at the store, with your son, and you're looking on the shelves, and he wants something that's of good quality, right? Are you gonna say, well, son, there's something else that's cheaper, but it looks the same and tastes the same, you know? No, you're gonna want the best for your children. You know, you're not gonna fake them out, you know, or
Esau would do that.
Yeah.
For sure would do that.
Yep. That's what he's doing with the GMO. It's fake food. You know?
That's exactly what he's doing. We're asking for fish and he's giving us a serpent. Like that fucking chicken sandwich from Popeyes. What is that? And remember last year I did a lesson on that Whopper that gives you nightmares?
Oh, shit.
Like 2 years ago, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of shit. Like now they're saying that Star Wars will give you seizures.
Hey, well, that's because they made it to do that.
It's just,
crazy ass shit. You can't even watch fucking Star Wars now.
Yeah, I gave you Caesars, I guess, because of the lights and shit or whatever.
I suppose.
But really, that's witchcraft,
Hell yeah. Verse 11.
Yeah.
Matthew 7 and 11. If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? Dang.
So it said, if ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children. See, so us, we're still in this flesh and we're still sinning, but yet we still know how to get good gifts. We still know about about righteous gifts. So, and we get those gifts and we give them to people. But the Most High, the Heavenly Father, how about if you receive His good gift?
Now we gotta be careful who we give that to, because Matthew 7 and 6, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rend you.
Yep. That's right. You're not just gonna give away something for weakness.
Hell no.
Read that one again.
11?
Yeah.
Matthew 7 and 11. If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father, which is in heaven, give good things to them that ask him?
So how much more will your Father? That's like a tremendous amount, much more, because His gifts are eternal. The gift that He could give you is eternal. That prize, it's uncorruptible.
That prize is what we're going for. That's worth doing anything and everything.
Yep. And then and to get that prize, it's gonna be hard, but when you get that prize, you're gonna be like, it was worth it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, go to verse 12.
This is Matthew 7 and 12. Therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets.
So it said, therefore all things whatsoever you do, ye would that man should do to you. So say so that means don't be a hypocrite. If you want a good gift from the Most High, then you can't be lazy.
No, you can't be lazy. And we all heard that one saying, do unto others as you would like to have done to you.
Yep.
Where do you get it from? We just told you.
Yep. Because we're out here teaching, and if you were woken up to the truth, you're supposed to pay that back, because if you're not teaching the way that you were taught, because you have to teach the way that you were taught,
Oh yeah. You don't start teaching things about reincarnation. You start teaching things about the Lord's real name, the Father's real name, the skin color of the people, what Esau is, the basic shit. Basic good stuff too, man. It's good stuff.
And then read that one again.
Matthew 7 and 12. Therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets.
So it said, this is the law and the prophets. So that's the nature of the prophets, you know. Because they want righteousness, you know. They want the, you know, righteousness, justice, because they know that whatever you do is gonna happen. It's gonna come back and happen to you, because, like the scripture says, eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth.
I was just gonna say that.
Right?
I was just gonna say that.
You know, so if somebody, if someone does hurt to you, you could do hurt to them. You know, it's not about all love.
That's what the law and the prophets say. Hey, but let me read that again, because that's. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. And then didn't Yahawashi said, if you want to follow all the laws, you got to do this one thing: love your neighbor as you would love yourself.
Right.
But that doesn't mean, oh, Ron Burgundy next door, six-pack Joe behind you. That doesn't mean that. It means the Israelites.
Yeah.
If we're teaching and they're coming up here, we gotta love them.
Yep.
Let me read that again.
Yeah.
Matthew 7:12. Therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets.
And then read the next.
Enter ye into the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there which go in there eat.
So that's why you want to treat others as you would have them treat you, because that's how you get into the kingdom of heaven. Because it says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way. I'm gonna look up that word straight. And straight just means narrow.
And that's a clear thing to understand, because Paul knew that there was a Strait of Gibraltar, the narrow place between Africa and fucking Spain. You know how places like that in Spain and Africa? That's the Strait of Gibraltar. That's fucking narrow.
So when you look up straight, it says narrow, and then in parentheses it says from obstacles standing close about. You see that? So why is it narrow? Because there's obstacles standing close about. That's why the gate is so narrow. So read that one again.
This is Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way.
So wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. So it's saying that the gate to destruction is so wide.
A bunch of people can fit through it.
Right. And the reason why it's so wide is because mostly the whole world is following that, is entering that gate, that wide gate.
Because it's not hard to do. It's easy to do.
Yep. So when it said enter ye at the straight gate, it said narrow, and it said from obstacles close about. So that's why it's so narrow, because these obstacles, they're stumbling blocks, you know, that they're trying to make you fall out of the truth.
Like adultery.
Yep. Adultery is the stumbling block.
Many other sins. Blasphemy. The sin that's popular right now is blasphemy.
Yep. That's easy. That's so easy to do.
And Vocab Malone is doing it all day long, and all kinds.
Yeah.
But it's easy for him to do it because he's not an Israelite.
So these obstacles are just stumbling blocks to make you fall out of the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Now let's get Second Ezra 7 and 5.
This is Second Ezra 7 and 5. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? Oh, wow.
Damn. So it said, who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? You know, so imagine that you're looking at the sea, right? And you're looking at the sea and you're like, how can I rule this sea? You know, how can I own it? You know? Well, that's gonna be hard, you know, because in order to rule the sea, first you're gonna have to deal with the waves. You're gonna have to deal with the sharks.
Mm-hmm. If he went not through the narrow, that's all the things.
Yeah, if you didn't go through the narrow, if you didn't go through the hard stuff,
how are you gonna do into the broad?
Yep. See, so you have. That's why it says, if you were to look at the sea, how are you be able to rule it? You know, because that's very hard.
Keeping your house in order. How are you gonna rule the whole planet if you can't even? How are you gonna rule the whole universe? You can't even keep your house in order.
So that's very hard, you know. But look at it this way. If you do overcome those obstacles, guess what you're gonna rule? You're gonna rule the whole sea, right?
The whole sea, and the whole sea could be the galaxies. The galaxy. The whole seas, the galaxies. Let me read that one again. That one's good. 2 Ezra 7 and 5. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad?
So if you want something big, you know, you're gonna have to go through something small and hard, you know, something narrow.
And you should know by now, you played many of video games in your life. Every fucking video game, it gets harder and harder as you go through the levels, right? Remember we used to play zombies? They used to get hard, huh?
Yeah.
That shit used to get hard. The further you get into it, the harder it gets. The more you get into it, the harder it gets. And that's true.
Just read that one again where it says narrow and broad.
Alright. From that spot?
Yeah.
If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad?
See, so when it said, you know, wide is the gate and broad is the way to destruction, because nobody wants to go through a narrow path. Nobody wants to go through a gap, you know. Because why? Because you could get stuck. You know, you could get stuck and there's no room. You know, you won't fit. You know, so nobody wants to go through that narrow path. They rather take the wide gate. You know,
Wide's easier to get into, right?
They rather take the easy route. You know. But like in that song Rocky, there's no easy way out. Right?
Mm-hmm. No easy way out. And another way to look at it is, if you ever tended to sheep or cattle and you have to put them to corral to corral, they don't all fit in with the door because it's narrow. They have to form a line and come in one after another.
Yep.
That's if they all belong in there.
Yeah, you can't rush them in there, you know.
You can't all fucking walk in there. Oh, they're not gonna be all excuse me. They don't give a fuck about who's in front of them or who's behind them. They're just going in, and they don't mess with what's the obstacles. They don't mess with the obstacles because not narrow is the way to get in.
Yeah, they're not worried about what's on the left or to the right, you know.
And just imagine if the road is broad. 10 motherfuckers can walk through that bitch. Not only that, you're walking and you get distracted. Someone else is gonna get in front of you.
Yeah. So read the next one.
Second Ezra 7 and 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things.
See, so there's another thing that there's a city that has been builded, and it's in a broad field, and it has good things in it, you know. And this is the place that the Most High has prepared for His chosen elect, the one who's are following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability.
For a narrow gate.
Yep, the ones who are following that narrow path.
To salvation, not destruction.
The next one.
Yep.
The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water.
See, so this city, where it's at, it's hard to get to, because it's a narrow path to get to it, you know, because it says it's set in a dangerous place to fall.
Fire on the right. I mean, fire on the left, and water on the right.
Fire on the right, and on the left, a deep water.
Yep.
See, so, and those are those stumbling blocks, you know, believing that the Son of God was any color, that you could believe that He was any color.
How the fuck could you believe that?
Believing that His name was Jesus, you know, that He was.
He was white. He wasn't no white boy. That'd be crazy.
Yep. And keep going. We'll just go finish to the last. We'll stop at the last chapter.
All right. Second book of Ezra, chapter 7, verse 8. And only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be only but one man go there at once.
See, so it's so small, the fire and the water so narrow between them, only one man could go once. So you have to form a single file line. You see, you can't even be touching shoulders together. You know.
I don't know. You won't fit.